This is WWE Wrestling Legend Hall of Famer Tito Santana.
This is WWE NXT Superstar Lexis King.
And you are listening to the Source Wrestling Podcast. Arriba!
And you're listening to the Source Wrestling Podcast. Long live Lexis King.
What's up, crusters? This is the heavy metalweight mosh pit, coming straight out of the Providence Underground, and you're listening to the Source Wrestling Podcast.
You're looking at the best there
Austin
is.
316.
What do you guys want to talk about?
I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world.
Let me talk to you. Yeah.
You will rest in peace.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. This is episode 44 of the Source WWE AEW All Things Wrestling Podcast with Joe
And
Mike. Yeah. And today we are going to talk to you. Welcome back to another edition of This Week in Wrestling.
We're wrestling. We're
Yes.
weekend in wrestling over
We're
here.
weekend in wrestling.
And wrestling.
And we're wrestling and weekend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Today's show is going to be full of good shit, man.
Man.
We're covering Smackdown. We're
Give me a
covering the
break.
Clash. We are covering Saturday Night
This has
Collision.
been the best week of wrestling I've known in
It
many,
really
many
has.
years, from Clash at the Castle to what's going on in AEW. I'll give them a fair
Yeah,
shake.
man.
To
Everything's been
Raw,
good.
The other night. It's just it's thick right now. It's
Wrestling,
thick.
we are in the thick of it, kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be covering all that Collision and also Monday Night Raw, which was probably one of the best Monday Night Raws we've ever seen. We will get
I don't
there.
know many that top the Raw that just happened. I don't.
Right, very, very, very good stuff. But yeah, guys, let's start the show. It's the Source Wrestling Podcast.
Yeah.
Let us talk to you.
Yeah.
We start tonight. SmackDown 6/14/24. This is the go-home show for the Clash at the Castle, which we thought was awesome. I know all you guys have seen it already. We're just going to reflect on it, now that a few days has passed, and we'll see how we feel about it. SmackDown starts off. It is Naomi. We feel the glow with her versus Chelsea Green. She wins this match, Naomi does, with a little quick cradle. Piper Niven distraction that went wrong for Chelsea, and she's back in the L column. It's not a good thing for Chelsea Green.
No.
Next, we had Santos Escobar versus Apollo Crews, who it seems like they are using every week now. I don't know who he's blowing backstage to get used, but he is on TV once again against Santos, and Escobar wins via roll-up pin with a little assist from Lopez from Legado del Fantasma. They're not having Santos Escobar put over Apollo Crews. He is out there. He's enhancing talent. I guess that's why they're using him. So our winner here on SmackDown, it is Legado Fantasma's own Santos Escobar.
Honestly, I thought they were kind of writing off Apollo Crews. And I
Yeah.
thought he was on his way, like, fully
He was
out the door to
jobbing for quite
AEW,
some time,
or
man.
possibly a TNA at least. But
Yeah.
it does appear like they're keeping him around as a utility man.
Right,
and
Swiss
I
Army
like,
knife.
Yeah, I like it.
He's gotta
he
be
might
a
get
safe
win now
worker,
and then.
you
He
know?
might have a little tiny storyline now.
He
and
just
then.
might.
He just
might talk
I'm
to
here
you.
for it, and I think Apollo Crews is a decent wrestler. He doesn't wow me.
Yeah.
But it's interesting.
He's not great, but he's not bad. Up next, though, guys, we had a pretty big women's match. It is the Queen of the Ring. It is Queen Nia Jax.
Oh, boy.
Versus Mi Shin, who's been impressing me lately. She's, finally gotten her opportunity to shine a little bit more over a few different brands like NXT, so on and so forth. Nia Jax, though, the Queen of the Ring, gets the win here via Annihilator. She annihilates her.
Uh-huh.
See you later.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah. Your winner is
Yeah.
Nia Jackson. Obviously, she's not losing anytime
I like
soon.
it. I mean, she's a good heel. Great
She's
heel.
great. Yeah, she's finally
gotten
getting her
better at
flowers.
wrestling. She's not injuring anybody, I don't think.
No,
Has she
not
injured
right now.
anybody
No,
recently?
that was.
Yeah.
I feel like that was part of the reason why they got rid of her.
That was
a
the
little
biggest
while
thing.
back.
That was
Yeah,
the biggest
she
thing.
was
She's
stiff.
always been a force.
She was stiff. You know what I mean? But now, I don't know. It seems like
Absolutely.
everyone's enjoying working with her. You know, you got Tiffany Stratton, who's
she
like her
seems
best
to really
friend.
be getting along with the locker room well too.
Yeah.
honestly.
Oh hell yeah.
You know,
Especially
with
her
videos
and
doing TikToks
her
and
and
stuff,
Tiff.
you
Her
know.
and Tiff are like fucking this, dude.
Tiffy
They're like
time. I
two
think
peas
Chelsea
in a
Green
pod.
too, maybe.
Yeah. They're all
Yeah.
very good friends back there. And shout out Nia Jax, man. It's
Yeah.
her year.
I hope she. I hope she wins the title at some point.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd like to
She
see it.
has.
I wouldn't mind it.
I don't
Kind of
think.
would feel like a Rhea Ripley kind of.
Yeah,
run, you know
I
what
don't
mean? Like,
think she has held singles gold at all once.
I really do question the booking way too much. Sometimes
I know it's like we're the bookers.
Yeah,
You know,
but
as wrestling
honestly,
fans,
like,
you're the booker.
I would have literally have done her a little differently. I would have brought her in as a total indestructible force. Like I wouldn't have had her like from when she came back to now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have one loss on her record.
No
And
blemishes.
I would have just
none.
had her barrel over everyone and just go on this monster title
Yeah,
run.
dude.
You know
Hell
what
yeah.
I mean? But, WWE can't decide who they want to be the top guy is, the top girl ever.
Right.
So
SmackDown
yet
rolls
we
on.
have to wait.
We have to wait, as Mike said. Yeah, SmackDown rolls on though, and probably my favorite segment of the night. We gotta talk about this because it's our guy. It's LA Knight. Yeah. Logan Paul is shown losing the Tetris tournament and returning to
does.
his house.
He does.
He does to a kid.
Yep.
And he returns to his house. He walks through the front door. His boy's there to greet him. And he says, "Hey, yo, your boy from LA is in the pool right now." And he's like, "What do you mean, who? My boy from LA?" He's like, "Yeah, he's in the pool right now." You go back there, yeah, it's LA Knight in a bathing suit, yeah.
Yep.
He's just chilling on
It
a
was-
little
it was cool.
inflatable thing, and you know, Logan's flipping out at him, and LA Knight just literally takes a phone call, and he's like, "Yeah, I gotta call you back, yeah." And
True.
he grabs all his shit, gets out of there. You know, I just thought it was a really funny segment having LA Knight show up, and that's two people's houses that LA Knight has showed up at, guys. This is like two B&Es on LA Knight's record right now with all the break-ins and the showing up on people's property unannounced. He leaves. This continues the feud for the United States Championship that I am very happy about. LA Knight, it is finally his time this year, I would say, to get his first singles gold, and it will be that United States Championship against Logan Paul. Yeah, mark my words on the Source Wrestling Podcast. LA Knight wins the United States Championship against from Logan Paul this year. Up next, though,
what a controversial.
Oh, my God.
What not controversial, but like what a dicey. Like, who's going to win? Like, is the WWE going to finally...
Are they finally going to give
'Cause
the
what
man
do you
his
do?
flowers?
You know my theory, okay?
Yeah.
What do you do with Logan Paul when you take the title away from him?
I think he's fine. I honestly and
You
truly
do?
think he's fine because he was
I
fine
feel like
without
it brought him
you know?
to another level.
definitely
that he
elevated
needs to
him.
stay at, or it won't. If he goes back, it won't.
I think.
I don't know.
I think, say he drops the title to LA Knight because this guy obviously deserves it. I think he's still fine. You can still put him against top tier talent because he can cut a promo, cut a great match. I think Logan Paul will be just fine without that championship. Let me talk to you. Up next on SmackDown, though, we had Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. Obviously, you know, this bloodline saga is still continuing with KO in the picture. The KO problem is not gone quite yet. Solo actually wins this match. He hasn't gotten many wins in the last few months. He wins this match with the Samoan Spike.
Yeah, is this a new era for Solo?
I know,
Who's
because
lost a
when-
record amount of like. Did he?
It's
who,
like
who holds the record for the most losses in a row?
Oh, that is a good question. Like, it's like he beat John Cena and then lost every, like, the next 70 matches. And it's funny because Austin Theory beat John Cena, then started losing matches. Apparently you don't want to beat John Cena at all in pay-per-view setting, Raw setting, SmackDown, whatever, because there's a curse that comes with that. But we do get the return of the Viper, Mike, Randy Orton. We have not seen him in quite a bit. We get his return here. He comes to the assist, and all is well in SmackDown land. It is great to see Randy Orton back. He obviously was not gone long, but he is a big part of this bloodline story. Moving forward, I am excited to see him as a part of it. Yeah, man. That was SmackDown. I would say solid go-home show for the Clash at the Castle, Clash at the Castle pay-per-view that I thought was honestly awesome.
Wait, I found the biggest, the longest losing streak in
Oh my
WWE
God, who is
history.
it? Please, we gotta know.
I'm trying to figure it out.
gotta
It's very
know.
confusing. It's this guy, Brian Myers.
Huh. Got to be enhancement talent. Brian Myers. Says he was a TNA guy. Don't know.
He is best known for his 10 years in WWE from 2006
Oh,
to
Kurt
2014.
Hawkins. Yeah, I know who Kurt Hawkins
Yeah, Kurt
is.
Hawkins, bro.
He
has
was,
the biggest losing streak ever.
Wow, it's
I'm
terrible.
talking
Is there a
200.
number?
Okay. There's a number.
Is there a number? Jeez, man. Biggest jobber of all time, maybe? You're going to hear it here on the
His name's
source?
Brian Myers, okay? And he had a 269 match losing streak.
Wow.
Ended at WrestleMania 35 when he won
Oh,
the WWE Raw Tag Team Championship
Nice.
with his buddy
Zack Ryder.
Yeah.
Woo, woo,
Woo,
woo.
woo.
You know it. Now he's the deathmatch king, Matt Cardona, who's doing...
I have no idea who he is. I was just going with it there.
Oh, dude,
I really
you
was.
literally got it. Yeah, Matt Cardona.
You know, I
fucking
missed a chunk of wrestling.
known,
I missed a little chunk
Yes.
in between of my
known
wrestling
as
knowledge.
Zack Ryder. Matt Cardona is the deathmatch king. He has had special matches on AEW, like against Adam Copeland, where they had a long history because
right.
Hawkins and Ryder were the two edgeheads from back in the day. So that's how that's all intertwined.
Got it.
You know, we're this is
You
the
said
learning
edgeheads?
tree. This is the learning tree, the Source Wrestling
Yeah, I guess we're
podcast.
learning.
Hi guys. Thanks guys. Yeah, SmackDown was lit though. Mike's going to talk to you now. He's going to introduce the next one. It was the Clash of the Castle.
Yeah, this weekend was Clash at the Castle. This was
Sick.
in Glasgow,
Scotland.
Scotland.
Yes.
And I don't know what the name of the stadium was.
I don't know it
but,
as well.
That place looked pretty cool.
It was yeah, it was definitely cool. Couldn't
The
do
fans-
pyro, no
they-
pyro.
Yeah, the fans were
High
good.
energy.
They were high energy. I don't not as big as we saw over
In Lyon, in
yeah.
France. That was something different, but they
yeah,
were especially
loud.
they were singing for
But
Cody, chanting
as
for him
well
big
as
time.
that is there was like probably I'd say 3 times the amount of security that I usually see at the
Oh
show,
yeah,
which is weird.
mega
There
security.
was so many
presence.
blue shirts in the crowd. I don't know if you guys saw that out there, but
There were a
was
lot
so
of them.
many blue shirts out in the crowd and they were like facing the crowd and keeping them from being against like the whole side when they were coming
Yeah.
down were guarded and no one was hanging over for high fives. It was
Nothing.
like they were
Yep.
told they couldn't.
I know.
Or something. It was
They-
weird.
You know, yeah, it was a very heavy security
Yeah,
presence.
maybe they don't like people touching each other or something. I don't know.
don't know.
But Clash of the Castle.
Yes, sir.
First match up,
6:15.
it opens up, and we're all delighted to see. Because we don't know this until the pay-per-view starts.
Yeah,
Or
we
do
had
we?
no
Do we
idea.
know this?
No,
I
we
don't
had
know.
no
Like,
idea.
Does anybody know?
We had
but,
no
It's,
idea.
Cody versus AJ in the I Quit match.
I Quit match right
And,
off the bat.
What a cool match. Cody retains the title,
Sick.
making him say, I quit, by holding a pair of
steel
steps in the air, threatening to throw him at him. And
It wasn't gonna end
he
well.
Quit. He quit.
He quit, man. Yeah, he was basically threatening to smash
It
his
was like
skull
the
with the
lamest
steel
thing
steps.
I've ever seen.
Yeah, they made AJ
as a
Styles.
wrestling fan.
They made
I feel
AJ
like there have been
Styles.
so much better ways that they could have
I
ended
know.
that match.
They made him
than
quit out of
stairs,
fear.
but,
Like you make AJ Styles the phenomenal
come
one.
on, phenomenal one. You care about a pair of stairs that you
Literally.
just put your arms up and take
Yeah,
the blow
right. Just take
anyways?
the
Like,
bump, man.
Jesus.
Like there were worse bumps in
Yeah,
that match.
Not even if you're like kayfabing it, like you could like put your arms up and like be fine. And even
Right.
if you're not, if you're really 100% getting hit with a pair of stairs that are fucking steel,
Yeah.
you can get your arms up and break the blow. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
right.
Like, it's
I
not
don't-
an I quit situation.
If it was up to me, instead of that ending, I would have rather saw like a submission ending. You know what I mean?
that's what I
Cody
said,
puts him
yeah.
in the figure 4. He just
Yeah.
passes out, or you know what
well,
I mean?
that wouldn't count.
Oh yeah.
so,
No, he puts
yeah.
him in the figure 4. He makes him quit via submission. You know what I mean? That would have been cooler.
Oh, or he could pass out, and then while he's doing the figure four, no, he's doing a sharpshooter. He passes out. He fucking slaps his face behind him, wakes him back up, and fucking. He's like,
I
"All right,
quit. You're breaking my back, man.
All right,
You're breaking my back.
Sorry, but what did happen in this match is
Yes.
exactly that. What we just talked about, how he held the stairs. But before that, there was several moments. They went backstage. They fought through the arena. Any spots that you remember that you really liked in that match?
In that match, I really liked how they intertwined not just the I Quit portion, you know what I mean? Just not the I Quit stipulation. It was, also basically an Extreme Rules match. I think they took out every weapon that you can take out in WWE 2K24 from under the ring. You know what I mean? We had the kendo stick. I really like those kendo stick shots. I thought that spot was really cool. They looked painful. Shout out Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles. They know how to just tear their house down, you know what I mean, when it means the most. And still.
Nothing like tearing the house down.
Tear it down. And
Or
still.
burn it down.
Or burn it down. Haha. We'll get there. We'll
Whoa,
talk about that.
No spoilers.
We will get there. Yes, and still WWE Undisputed Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Yes, sir.
And what's up next, Mike?
Oh, what's up next? Up next, we have Alba Fire and Isla Dawn versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, the tag team champions.
Oof, what a match.
Honestly, Alba Fire
Surprise.
and Isla Dawn win it via pinfall.
What a surprise.
And, it was just, there was some, a couple botches in that one, too.
I would say this is really,
we got to talk
really...
about it because people are talking about it.
Yeah, I got to say this is really, really due to the ropes being too loose, and Jade Cargill really had a spot ruined because of that, and I was seeing stuff online, like we were talking about recently, that the ropes were not tight enough. That top rope was very loose and wobbly. They showed the referee...
Loose as a goose, some would say.
Loose as a goose, yes. They were loosey-goosey, if you will. There was a photo or some video floating around at the beginning of the I Quit match. The referee's like shaking the ropes in front of AJ Styles to show him, hey, they're a little loose tonight. Like, I don't know why you don't fix that, if that was really the problem, or if it was just two really unlucky situations.
Maybe they wanted them to be loose.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. And the ref was just like, hey, these are kind of loose. And Jade Cargill misses a springboard spot. And Damian Priest misses one later that we'll talk about. It's just, I don't know, man. This match, it was good.
So I had no idea,
still.
and you're totally right. But I thought Damian Priest, we'll talk about it as it comes up. But,
we have new tag team champions here.
Yeah, we have new tag team champions, and it doesn't make any sense.
The only sense it makes is that they were in Scotland, their hometown, and, they just had that family tragedy with Alba Fire. Maybe that's... I don't know.
But it's like we were just sinking our teeth into this Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill.
Or are they
team.
setting it up for the two of them to clash, finally? You know what I mean? Or are they setting it up for that?
Yeah, it's just, it's like, come on. You know what I mean? Like, we already have a flooded women's division.
Yep.
We finally get a tag team that takes two girls that could, women, that could definitely
beat anybody.
Be the world champ. And you get them occupied for a while, so it's less stressful in the women's division. And you have them drop the titles. It's like,
doesn't
come on.
make sense to
me. I was just sinking my teeth into that. There must have been something we didn't know. There must be a plan that we don't know. I know WrestleMania is, going to be in the planning soon.
Yeah,
so
Vegas.
Maybe one of them is part of the plan. Maybe Jade Cargill wins her first women's championship at WrestleMania, and they got to set that up now.
Right,
you know?
Definitely. We don't know that. It is true. It is damn true.
It is. But either way, next up we have the IC title matchup, the Intercontinental.
Yes.
This one is Chad Gable versus Sami Zayn.
The champion. Nailed it.
And Sami
Mike
Zayn
nailed it, guys.
Retains it with the haluva kick.
He does.
And it's funny because it's like a haluva kick where like...
he was distracted by Otis's actions.
His back turned.
Yep.
Yeah, to them.
Doesn't matter.
Because
Boom.
He basically knocked Maxine off the apron.
He did.
She hit it hard.
Yeah.
Otis is pissed. You know what I mean?
Yep. Not happy about it.
He gets in the ring. Right?
There was some type of...
No. He didn't get in the ring.
Pushed
I'm
him.
sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. He
pushed him outside the ring. Pushed him down hard.
Yeah, and then after that, he scoops up Maxine and heads backstage.
Takes her out. That's it.
And that's it. And then
Gable turns around.
He's like, "We're a family. We're a family." And then
gets hit with a kick in the mouth.
It was just a haluva kick with his back turned, and it was sick. And he got the 1, 2, 3. It's good to see the Sami Zayn run holding strong.
Yeah, and the good thing, a big thing to note before you move on, Mike, is as Sami Zayn's leaving with the title, he's staring at Gable. He's like, "This is it. Like, I'm done with you now. You get more you don't get no more chances." That that was big. He was just like, "It's over, dude." Like this, all the chances he's had, he still hasn't been able to get it done. So
Big facts.
yeah.
So moving on, we have the women's title matchup.
Yes,
this is
yes.
going to be Piper Niven, the hometown hero,
Another
versus
Scotland girl.
Bailey,
The champion.
and it was a cool match, honestly. It
Definitely
was entertaining.
cool. Niven
It felt
looked good.
main event caliber.
Yeah,
it felt
definitely did.
women's championship caliber, if you will, rather than main event
Yeah.
caliber.
How about
But,
Chelsea Green coming in with the Rey Mysterio match?
Yeah, I
though?
think that was wildly entertaining.
That was awesome.
We're loving everything Chelsea's doing right now. We're eating it
Yes.
up.
Yes.
So for Bailey to retain that versus the versus via the crucifix
Yes.
pin, that was cool. Her run is going, but it's short lived. Soon, I think.
Soon.
It's
I think
boring.
they're trying to weigh out their options.
I think we wanted
you know?
it more than we thought.
Yep.
Kind of thing.
Yep.
I think the fans wanted it more.
The thing
now
is-
that we have it, we're like, oh, it's kind of like,
I don't
want to
play with
this?
you anymore.
Like, what do you do with this? You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
the
Like, she's
thing
got
is, I just
nothing
wanted.
going.
I know. The thing is, I just wanted that title off Io Sky so much.
Yeah.
That, we all fell in love with
Yeah,
Bailey
but it's
again. and-
amazing how nobody that can hold that title and get a pop.
No, I know. It's weird. It's weird. It's like the title of
Bailey
Doom.
did it first, but I do feel like it's fading.
Yeah,
the
it
pop,
is.
You know,
It
what I mean?
is.
She just kind of
I
walks
feel
out
like-
and it's like, oh, there's Bailey with the title.
I
and-
feel like that Charlotte Flair's title, man. Like,
Oh,
she
yeah.
needs that title.
When's she due back? Oh, I forgot about her. in
Don't
return.
worry. I think she's going to be back soon. She's been rehabbing, dude. And
No way.
yeah, she's out. She's up and about. She's looking good.
Wow, she's gonna show up and just shake
The
everything.
queen
up,
will
isn't
show
she?
up and reclaim her throne.
Oh, maybe she's the answer to Nia Jax or something, or the answer.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, yeah.
And when is Rhea Ripley? Oh my God, we have so
Mommy.
much. This women's division is stacked.
AEW wishes
Wow.
they could.
Yeah. Okay, World Heavyweight Championship.
Ooh. The
Damian
match.
Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Okay, so there was like 106 decibel reading for
Dude,
this.
insane for Drew's entrance.
I don't know if you saw higher than that when they were doing the meeting.
I don't know if I saw higher than 106,
was definitely,
but I
wow.
remember it being extremely loud. It
Yeah.
was extremely high.
It was maybe the loudest I've
hometown
ever
boy.
heard, honestly.
Drew McIntyre. We all thought in our predictions, we all thought
Yeah.
Drew was gonna.
No.
Come on,
Did
this
I?
is it. I did.
Did I get?
I said Drew. I 100% said Drew. He's like,
no,
he's-
I did, but
he's
I got
in Scotland,
You said
you know.
Gable. I said Zayn.
Yeah, you
so-
got me there.
Yeah,
you
so
got
I
me.
won.
You
win
got
one.
me, partner.
Last time he killed me, so I'm gonna stand here and say,
Yeah, man.
I won one.
I can take a loss as a wrestling fan. Yeah, so we all know
El
what
Campeon.
happened. El Campeon retains
Campeon.
because of a little referee spot.
Yeah, so this is like spots all over the place kind of matchup.
Awesome
they're
match.
both
Lots
hitting
of
their
claymores.
Yeah, they're both hitting their finishing moves.
Razor's Edge.
several times
And no selling
kickouts,
at all.
Kickouts. It's one
No
of those.
selling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like what to either. They created a situation where it was like, what does either guy got to do
Yeah.
to make the other not kick out? And it ended up being that McIntyre ended up hitting the last.
He hit that final claymore.
The
ref
Claymore
is
that
knocked
literally, it's
out.
like at that point they're exhausted. So whatever special move they did at that point, you knew was going to be it, right?
Yes.
So he hits the Claymore.
Hits it. Ref
he
is
goes
knocked
down.
out. That's the
Yeah.
problem. You could count to 10.
Yep.
He had Priest done,
Mm-hmm.
and he's calling out for a ref. Come on, we need a ref. We need a ref. A referee comes out. We see the back of him at first. He slides in the ring, counts to 2. It's CM Punk.
He puts 2 fingers up.
He
a peace
flew
sign.
all the way to Scotland just to screw Drew McIntyre once again.
Mm-hmm.
CM Punk, we thank you. He got booed out of the building. They hated
No, he
it.
found like patches of CM
He
Punk
did
fans.
find little
Yeah.
small groups though
I
that he was
love
hanging
that.
out with.
Yeah, it was great.
Probably people from America. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That
it's
went to
true.
the pay-per-view. You know? Oh, so yeah, El
They're gonna get
Campeon.
killed after the show. That's
Oh, 100%.
terrible.
They need to take an underground tunnel out of there. Damian Priest retains the title. His reign does not end yet, but Clash at the Castle does. I thought it was a very entertaining pay-per-view. We got to talk about Damian Priest, though, real quick. Glad he's okay because he could have lost a leg here in this spot. He was going for like an over-the-top rope springboard-type dive, and once again, these loose ropes come into play, and he just like almost breaks his neck at the same time, and his leg, he's just dangling from one of his ankles, like from the top rope, and everyone's like,
Might be time to drop the title for him.
What do we do? You know,
You can't make spots like that. Well, the ring ropes
ring
may
ropes
be a
is
factor.
ring
but-
ropes were a factor all night.
Yeah, so
in
I don't know.
Glasgow.
Maybe he gets a pass here, you know?
It just might. You know, needless to say, Clash was awesome. You know, Priest
Yeah.
is still our champion.
I think I'd view it as like it's Clash at the Castle. You never expect it to be WrestleMania. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly.
it's Clash at the Castle. But for Clash at the Castle, it was dope.
It was
It was
definitely dope.
For sure.
Yeah, man. So we now transition into a different part of the Source Wrestling podcast here. It is the AEW Collision edition. And we're talking June 15th, 2024. We start off on Collision.
Guns up.
Guns up, Suns up, guns up. It's the BCC versus the TMDK, Leo Rush and Rocky Romero. BCC wins this match. Mox hits the Death Rider. Claudios then scores the pinfall. Blackpool Combat Club is not putting on anyone over anytime soon. They need to win everything, and I love
they
it.
do.
Next up, guys, Thunder Rosa.
Especially after all losing to Adam Copeland.
dude.
Like
I know.
They can't lose any more matches if they want a career.
No, guys. They cannot. Next up was a pretty dope match. It was Thunder Rosa versus Deonna Purrazzo in a no disqualification match. Bodies were thrown. You know, it was all laid on the line in this match, and Deonna actually picks up a win here via stoppage because she hit Thunder Rosa with a camera. Like,
wow.
That's what it took to get the job
Cameraman
done.
must have been pissed because those things cost money.
Took
You
my
know what I mean?
job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So your winner here, Deonna Purrazzo, she's winning matches against Thunder Rosa, no disqualification.
And someone
on
was
Collision.
reimbursed for a camera.
Absolutely. Tony Khan had to reach in his pocket once again, like he likes to do. Up next, though, guys, it is Hechicero versus Dalton Castle.
Hechicero.
With Hechicero victory via twisting leg drop. CMLL talent guy always impresses me, not gonna lie.
Yes,
Up
sir.
next we have an AEW TNT title ladder match qualifier, which
boy.
is happening, you know, as WWE is doing Money in the Bank, so you know that's very, very similar. The
course.
title qualifier is Lee Moriarty versus Dante Martin from Top Flight. In Top Flight, he wins this match with a top rope splash, and he moves on in this TNT title race for the vacant championship due to Adam Copeland, you know, doing the flying nothing off the cell at the last pay-per-view here and just completely ending his leg. Oh, yeah, brothers. Dante Martin wins with a top rope splash. Yes. Up next, it's Kyle O'Reilly.
Former NXT.
Yes, absolutely. NXT, so many guys have left there and come to AEW and thrived, you know, or go another place or go to NXT and it doesn't work. You know, it all depends on the talent. Kyle O'Reilly next versus Anthony Henry. O'Reilly easily wins via submission. That's how he gets things done. I don't think he's scored a single pinfall victory yet at all. It's always been submission work from him, and that is not a bad thing. It is a good thing. Main event now of Collision. We had a lot of stuff going on here. It was the House of Black versus the Bang Bang Gang. Hell of a match. Chaotic. You know, the whole six-man atmosphere really gets interesting in AEW. Mike and I, we were just talking about how WWE needs trios championships. Like, can we make that happen?
Oh yeah, it's like with the amount of talent they have now, they should be adding some titles.
Yeah.
And I think
Why
they
not
get
have
it. I
trios
think they
titles?
do get that because they added an NXT title.
The North American
They
Women's.
added a,
yeah.
They're going to be adding a women's IC title. I heard,
That-
which
we're
probably
hearing
means
rumors
there'll be
of that,
a women's IC title type thing for.
I love it.
You know, one for Raw, one for SmackDown, maybe a women's U.S. Championship.
Or bring back the European Championship.
I think you have
That
enough talent to
championship
do
was
it,
dope.
and it's going to legitimize. They're going to really take it to the next level if
Yeah.
that happens. I really do think that they need to do that. It's a need. They
I
need
agree.
to add 2 more belts to the women's, and then they also should split the women's tag team titles as well.
Yeah. I'm with it, man. I'm with it. Back on the subject, though, House of Black wins this match, guys, to end Collision via pinfall. Malachi Black is looking like the Aleister Black that we once knew in NXT, just completely crushing it, going back to his roots with all this mat wrestling. And, dude, yeah, these guys are on fire. House of Black, I love them.
I think that
so
WWE
good.
should get all of them and bring
Oh,
them.
yeah, hell yeah.
And they should battle.
They messed up. They had Malachi,
the Wyatt
man.
Six.
We will get there, guys,
Wyatt
as well.
Six.
It's all I could think about all day was the Wyatt 6, but we will get there.
Can't even say it. The Wyatt SICK6.
Yeah, it's like the way that they put the play on words and numbers. It's just so cool, man.
And with that being said,
With
we're
that
going
being
right
said,
into Raw.
We're going right into it. One of the greatest Raw episodes we have seen in years, my guys.
If you watched it 2 nights ago, then you
Yes.
probably saw your boy Seth
Oh, my
freaking Rollins
Burn it down.
returning, coming out, looking
Chills,
great, white
man.
suit, looking great.
Looking like the Joker.
You know what I'm saying? Dancing around. He's got the crowd singing his song.
Yeah.
He's
and he
feeling
just,
good.
He walks his way into a title shot.
Yeah, and no, honestly, he comes out
Immediately.
and he's a man, and he says, "That's my championship, and you know I'm going to be
Yep.
coming for it." And almost as soon as he ends the sentence, there's Damian Priest's music. Out comes Damian Priest.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, no, I'm being serious. Like, you want a title shot? You got it. And, like, Rollins is just like, no, you got to be kidding me. Like, you know, it's not that easy. You're really offering me this shot and expect me not to take it. And
He takes it.
he takes it.
They're doing it.
And Adam Pearce.
Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Adam Pearce makes it official, quote unquote, and it's at Money in the Bank, which is coming up, guys. It's before we know it, it's going to be Money in the Bank time. So, yeah, I think that sounds awesome. Not going to lie. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, but you got to also figure that the winner of that match is gonna face Gunther.
Oh, yeah,
at,
because he has his guaranteed
SummerSlam.
title shot.
So this is gonna decide it.
Oh, it's going to get interesting, guys.
So next up on the card at this amazing Raw,
Amazing.
one of the best Raws I've ever seen.
Yes. Gable's bitching.
Gable's bitching. Yeah, exactly. Gable's bitching to
Adam Pearce.
Pierce, and he's
It's like, dude, you lost. You've had how many shots,
he's
bro?
like, all right. He's like, work
You're
my way
done.
up, work my way up. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
I'm
blah,
all-
blah.
you know.
He's an idiot. Basically,
all
so Adam Copeland's wait,
Adam Copeland. Oh, shit,
Adam
man.
Pearce
Yes.
is like, hey, you know, if you want an opponent, I got one.
I
for
got you.
I got you tonight, and you can tell there's something in his eye. And I'm thinking instantly,
had a
he's
little
going to set him up
twinkle.
with Braun Breaker, but no, it
No.
wasn't Braun Breaker. It was Braun Strowman,
It was
the
way
monster
better.
of all monsters.
The monster of all monsters, and Chad Gable immediately shits his pants because the monster's
ousted.
coming right
And
for
he
him.
got power slam.
He got, you know, he just overpowered Gable in all facets of the game with a big ass power slam from the big son of a bitch, as Pat McAfee says. He gets it done, puts Gable down for the 1-2-3. It's Braun. It's Braun Strowman, guys. Like, seriously, you can't beat Braun Strowman if you're Chad Gable.
No, I don't think it's like mathematically like possible.
It's not possible.
So next up, it's Io Sky versus Kiana James versus
Zelina Vega.
And it's a pretty cool match, but Io Sky does her patented moonsault.
The over-the-moonsault.
Gets the 1-2-3.
And she's qualified
she's
now.
qualifying for Money in the Bank.
Oof,
'Cause
Money in
obviously
the
Damage
Bank.
Control is going to need to have a representative in that.
Yeah, they got to have a presence at Money in the Bank. Obviously,
You can't fool me there, WWE.
Nah. No, you cannot. Up next was a pretty cool match, though.
Yeah, next up we got Dragon Lee versus Carlito.
They even had if you noticed, they even had a little Dragon Lee promo, like
Yeah.
package before the match. They're trying to push this kid. He's a good wrestler. He did great in the
They've
independents.
been trying to push
You know?
the guy. I
Yeah.
don't think anybody cares, honestly.
He's a great wrestler, but the charisma is not there.
I'm actually a little more intrigued by Axiom.
Axiom is great. He's great. He's
I
the better
feel like-
mask of the two, I
feel
would
like
say.
that might be the long-term plan they're cultivating right now,
Yeah.
because Axiom's really good.
Yeah, he is. He's
And
really,
I
really
feel
good.
like at some point he's gonna I feel like they're quote me. You heard it here on the first. You heard it here on the source. Okay?
on the 18th.
You heard it here
on
on
the source.
So the Axiom gets levitated into or called up to the big leagues, WWE,
To the main roster,
to
yeah.
Raw or SmackDown when Rey Mysterio retires.
Yeah. I honestly can see it happening. The guy's got all the tools. He looks great. He's got a great look. He looks great in the ring. Yeah, I see that happening in the near future for Axiom. But we have Dragon Lee versus Carlito, and he's like a Judgment Day prospect.
Carlito.
He's the Judgment Day prospect right now. They're coming out with him now. Like, you
Yeah.
know, it's happening.
I don't even think he's a prospect anymore. I don't know what's going on.
They haven't officially said it, but
I don't feel like
you know,
he's just
he's
in
there.
it. He's playing
He's in.
darts with them. Like Damien's not mad that he's there. He's
No.
fist bumping him when he comes in.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing.
And you know what? That's cool.
I feel like Damien kind of sees it as he's like, I see it in his eyes. He's like, oh, this guy will just do stuff for me.
Yeah, right.
Sure,
And-
whatever. You can be in the gang. You know what I mean?
And
Like,
even
go fucking get me this. you know?
I know, right? Go get me Liv Morgan's hotel room key. Yeah.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah, so in this match now, Carlito gets the Judgment Day treatment of interference and ends up beating Dragon Lee with a backstabber in the corner off the
Yep.
turnbuckle.
And it was a
Not
lot of
good.
interference on the outside that made that happen.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a clean win for Carlito,
No.
as you would think.
No, it was
but it
not.
was kind of a Judgment Day, kind of win.
Like an initiation type
and
match.
it kind
you
of
know?
felt like, hey, maybe the Judgment Day, is a force a little
Yeah,
bit. you
because
know what I
Dragon
mean?
Lee thought he was coming out and beating Carlito. Did
of
not
course he did.
happen.
Of course he
Nah.
Next up, we got a Drew McIntyre segment where
Oh,
he comes
wow.
out and he's
The
looking,
CM Punk
he's looking all
chants.
sad. He's looking
Yeah.
all, forlorn, I'd say, is really
It's
the look
not
on his
good
face.
to be
And he
Drew
comes out
McIntyre.
to the ring. There's no fireworks. There's no, there's no pose.
There's no sword. There's no
There's none of it.
nothing. There's none of that. Crowd's chanting CM Punk, and Drew can't
The whole
even
time.
talk. He
Yep.
says CM Punk's name a couple times, and then the crowd's just chanting it louder and more. He gets to the point of where he's like, you know what? I can't do this. Forget this company. I quit. And just drops the mic, leaves. Goes back through Gorilla. Triple H is like, dude, Drew, we can talk about this. You just resigned. Like, tell me what I got to do. How do I fix it? And Drew's like, no, I'm just done. Like, it's obvious that Drew McIntyre is probably going to be taking a few weeks off from being on TV. His wife did just have a major surgical procedure done. That's why she was not at the Clash of the Castle. If you notice, Drew had his wrist tape done with the letter K for his wife, who could not be there. So Drew McIntyre has now, quote-unquote, quit Monday Night Raw, or maybe the WWE altogether. This is the storyline. And obviously, Punk still probably needs a little bit more time to get cleared. You know what I mean?
Now, we're just going to do a little side segment.
Side seg.
4 reasons. Well, and it's sports, Keita, and I know you hate it, but it's something.
No, I mean, I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's a good sometimes.
They have a lot of
some-
clickbait, but I fuck with a lot of their shit.
So number 4 is it's part of the storyline, right? Easiest way to explain it is Drew McIntyre quitting WWE on Raw could be that it is all part of the storyline. The Scottish Warrior quits the company for whatever reason and returns at a later date, right? That's what we were saying,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And then if
Couple
we go
weeks.
to the number 3 reason,
Yeah.
it is because he feels betrayed
Aha.
by the WWE. And while it
Yes.
would also be a facade of quitting angle, McIntyre expressed frustrations with not only Punk but also with WWE. He said that some unflattering words about the company before walking out of the ring, despite the best efforts of Triple H and Adam Pearce. We saw all that happen.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes, we did.
And then number 2 reason is Drew McIntyre is frustrated with title wins being taken from his grasp.
I mean, he has lost some pretty embarrassing title matches. We can't say that.
That's self-explanatory, honestly.
Yeah, but he did just resign. I believe this is 100% kayfabe, so he can go spend time with his wife, who just had surgery. And,
Did she just have? He
Yes.
has a wife. I thought he had a
Yes.
girlfriend.
No, he has a wife, and she could not
And-
make it to the Clash
yeah.
of the Castle because she had just got out of surgery.
Yeah,
So-
he needs a break personally and professionally.
Yeah, and I feel like CM Punk's just not quite cleared yet. He's not ready to go. So why not give Drew a little bit of time off here, rest up, because when those guys are able to get in the ring together, it's going to explode.
That's facts.
Yep.
Now, next up, we have Damage Control versus Caden Carter and Katana Chance.
Yes.
And this is a pretty cool one, but K&K. win via the after
You like how I
party.
abbreviated that? KK.
Yep, the after party, that move they did.
Awesome move.
And you get the 1, 2, 3. Not much to talk about there.
Nope.
Sheamus versus Braun Breaker. It really started backstage.
That segment, yes.
Yeah, Braun Breaker was backstage, and obviously, Sheamus pops up, and it's like, if you want to fight,
Yeah.
you know where to go.
Braun Breaker came out and cut a promo and was like, I want the Intercontinental Championship because, Sami Zayn was out there and all that shit. And then Sheamus comes out and the crowd pops hard for him and it became a match. It ended up becoming, okay, you know what? Looks like you guys got something to settle. So why don't we do this? And whoever wins might take me on for my Intercontinental Championship. And what a match. What a match that was. Sheamus versus Braun Breaker.
It actually ended
beasts.
in disqualification.
It did because
So who gets the title match?
that Sheamus wins technically. So does he get the title match because Kaiser cost that match for his opponent? Braun Breaker, and it's not looking good for Braun right now.
No, it is not.
Nah.
But yeah, Sheamus wins versus DQ Kaiser, as you said.
Yeah, he wins via DQ.
Yep.
Ludwig Kaiser gets involved here, costs Braun Breaker potentially a shot at the IC title.
And now we're getting to the end and the most exciting part.
Oh man,
of
I've been waiting for this.
We have first layer of that.
Yes.
Is Jey Uso versus Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio. What a match!
Yes.
Now this is
Balor.
a real, what you would think, everybody hitting their spots, this and that. And it's
Solid
actually
match, high paced, lots of
Finn
cool
Balor,
stuff.
I'm going to say this exactly how
Finn
it happens
Balor.
off the top of my head. Finn Balor. I'm going to get that wrong every time.
Every
Just bear
time,
with me.
every time, guys. If you listen to the
Finn
source,
Balor.
it's Baylor for Mike. It's Balor for me.
Finn Balor,
Yeah.
okay, does the coup de grace.
Yes,
Off
he
the top,
does.
Off the
You
top
think he's
rope,
got it sealed?
And he hits it, and he goes for the pin, and then boom, Uso splash right on top of him.
Right on
and he
top
gets
of
the
him.
1, 2, 3. Fucking big crowd pop.
Yeah, Jey
He's
Uso
moving
is
on.
going.
Money in the Bank. He's going to have his chance to go for the Money in the Bank briefcase, which would be pretty good, and I think would be the cool choice right now.
Really would be.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind seeing that. I think they could have
The Yeet in the Bank,
I think
the
they
Money
should
in
have
the
gone that
Yeet.
way with Gunther. You know what I mean? I
Yeah.
think he should have
Instead of winning King of the Ring,
yeah.
give that to Jay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And
But
then, no, because
either
then
way,
you could move Gunther like his championship match to like little later next yearish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and not we have so much time. It's too soon right now
Yeah.
for him to get his title shot. That's
Yeah.
why I really don't know if he's going to win at SummerSlam. Because
I guess we'll see.
It's too soon.
You know?
I know
Yeah.
you don't think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see. I would love to see Gunther raise the strap, but anyway,
Yeah,
man.
well, Jey Uso is in the crowd doing the pump up,
He is.
pump
The
up, and
Fireflies.
all of a sudden, we've been waiting for this the whole time. We saw a crackle.
We knew it was
We saw
coming.
a crackle in the intro
Yes.
to the show.
Everything goes to black.
And everything goes to black. Yep. And then all of a sudden, you see the door.
Yep, we see the infamous doorway that used to be the entrance portal of the late, great Bray Wyatt. The door opens, it's all smoked out, and out comes the first member that we see of the Wyatt Six. It is Nikki Cross, but she does not look like Nikki Cross. She looks like a monster. She literally looks like a zombie, a
What is
witch.
the name of
you
the
know what I mean?
character?
I'm pulling it up now. I have it right here. For some reason, I'm super stoned, guys. So sorry about this. But she is portraying Abby the Witch here, and Nikki
And she's
Cross
doing a
is
fantastic
killing
job.
It. Her
I mean, I don't
character
know.
work.
We'll see how it goes.
She looks
But
great.
It's a good start. I'd say it was a perfect start.
Perfect.
But
And
they're gonna have to follow this up and keep
Yes.
everybody interested.
Yes.
And whatever. And
Now
they do have the added Bray factor. though.
Yes, she is the first one there. Bray's lantern is there. The
Yep.
door is there. Everything's smoked out. This is awesome already. And she just points backwards. All right. So the camera now goes through Gorilla, where it's just an absolute graveyard. It's like all smoked out. There are bodies everywhere.
Everybody's laid out in the backstage.
Everybody's
There's
laid out.
Superstars laid out. There's
Yes.
referees laid
There's
out.
production
There's
people.
production people laid out.
People look like
There's
they get shot
executives.
and killed.
I don't know if they're gonna find that Triple H was laying somewhere.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
Yo,
but we've
so-
seen so far.
Yes.
Gunther.
We have seen Gunther.
Galen.
Gunther Well, Gable was the best one by far.
Yeah, you
Gable
said
looked like
Seth
he got shot in the
Rollins was
face.
spotted?
I believe Rollins was spotted. I know Carmelo Hayes was spotted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, there were quite a few. I feel like I might have saw Karrion Kross and Braun Strowman as well, which I don't know because there was a big guy on the floor that could have been Braun size, but I can't confirm it. But why would they attack him unless that would lead to an angle? The camera takes a left, though, and we see the returning Eric Rowan as Rambling Rabbit.
Yep.
Which I think is my favorite mask of the whole entire Wyatt 6 right now. If you guys saw that thing, that is absolutely terrifying. And he's standing there with the help hammer, and he's got Gunther laid out bleeding. He's got Mello laid out bleeding right below him, and just like he's just tapping that help hammer, just like, fuck with me. Eric Rowan, we finally see him, and then we go back into Gorilla now. It's the main Gorilla area, and everyone's laid out. There are bodies everywhere.
Lights are out. It's
Lights
flickering.
are out. It's and then it is Mercy the Buzzard sitting on some type of production equipment just by himself, and we can
Dexter Loomis.
We can now tell you it is Dexter Loomis
From the tattoo, right?
Yep, the tattoo, the eyes, you can see it through the Buzzard mask, but he is portraying Mercy the Buzzard in this Wyatt 6 gang, and he looks sick as hell. Camera goes forward again, deeper into the backstage area, and it's Huskus the Pig, played by none other than Joe Gacy from NXT, and he looks amazing. He's got the Huskus the Pig brand new mask. Everything is looking sick, and I guess this is his call up to the main roster. He can't be Joe Gacy anymore. Just Joe
Him
Gacy
and
anymore.
Dexter Loomis, but I mean, I don't know.
Dexter had a
Loomis,
main roster
did.
run. It just didn't connect.
He did. It was like very short. And
it was.
I don't know if he defaults back to NXT. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it just didn't connect. But he's back now.
We're gonna expand on this, so we might as well
My
cut it here.
God,
Honestly,
absolutely.
We're gonna do a quick. Round table discussion as we usually do. It's going to be a battle royale.
Yes.
We're only 46 minutes in, so we're probably only going to take your ears up for another hour. If that's okay with y'all. But we have some things to look at, and we're going to start off this segment right now with an in-depth look at the Wyatt 6.
Let's do it right now. We are going to talk to you about it. Yeah. The Wyatt 6. We have Nikki Cross being the first character we see here as Abby the Witch, Sister Abby, Sister Abigail, however you want to do it. She is looking great. She's looking terrifying. Another brand new character for Nikki Cross here. Bray Wyatt's kayfabe sister in the Firefly folklore, if you will. I think she's going to do a great job with this. I really do. Eric Rowan returns now as Rambling Rabbit, which is another version of Bray Wyatt that he would talk about, and the person who just he was very unsure.
Sporting the very large mask.
Huge, and probably my favorite mask.
Probably means that he will be revealing his face during matches.
Oh, definitely. He's not wrestling with that thing on. I definitely think that's coming off, but it's going to be there for the entire entrance. You know what I mean? He was one of the puppets in the Firefly Funhouse, and now Eric Rowan can portray Ramblin' Rabbit and just look absolutely badass doing it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, it looks great.
Yeah, man. The next guy we see is Dexter Loomis, though, and he is now portraying the character of Mercy the Buzzard, which we all know follow the Buzzards.
Slipknot like dreads.
He's got some really cool looking dreads.
Corey Taylor-esque dreads.
Yeah, and he's he's got that
demon buzzard face.
Giant demon buzzard face. Looks amazing. Mercy the Buzzard represented his "Follow the Buzzards" phrase, which was named after Waylon Mercy, who was credited as the inspiration for Wyatt's original character. So very, very cool to see Dexter Loomis finally land a role, which I think he can take with and run, because he looks terrifying. They just never had the right place to put him. And then up next, though, it's Joe Gacy. And this is a pick we've been talking about for a long time, Mike. We really have. That he should be part of something scary and, something horror-esque. And it obviously
I was
works.
actually, comparing comparing him to Mankind.
Oh, definitely. And I see the vibes.
Yeah.
They're there. But now he is portraying Huskus the Pig. And Huskus the Pig was another depiction of Bray Wyatt's former self when he was Husky Harris, referring to Husky Harris when he was overweight and, wasn't getting over as Husky Harris. You know what I mean? So now Joe Gacy is portraying that character, Huskus, and he looks sick. It was some kind of pig-looking gas mask. Looks like the new Slipknot, dude. You know what I mean? With all these masks. And it's just amazing. WWE, you did a great job with this. And Joe Gacy gets called up to the main roster in a very, very big way as Huskus. Last but not least, we have number 5. And that would be, good old Uncle Howdy here. And he is looking cooler than ever. Brand new look. He's got these dreads going on, under that top hat type deal. He's got this new looking half mask.
It does. It is some Bray-esque dreads.
Very.
You know what I mean?
Very. And he's got this half mask thing going with the Uncle Howdy now, and it really looks cool. I think he's putting his heart and soul into this. 100%. WWE knocked it out of the park. We were all nervous that it wasn't going to be done right. You know what I mean? It got done right. The Wyatt Six is a force to be reckoned with. They have taken out everybody backstage. My God. We can only speculate now that if there is a 6th member, because it is the Wyatt Six, not the Wyatt Five. If there is a 6th member, very big possibility we could get Alexa Bliss as the 6th member, which she was with Bray for a long, long amount of time during those Fiend days. Also, the other thing I'm thinking about is the 6th member can be the Lantern, the spirit of Bray. Being the 6th member would honestly be a really nice touch to that storyline, but I won't be mad if the Wyatt Six is, part of Alexa Bliss as well. Either way, man, they knock it out of the park here. This is one of probably the coolest faction debut that I've ever seen WWE do.
Yeah, this is a great one.
All with very little, you know what I mean? They use the gorilla position to do it.
I hope they are delicate with it.
Please be. I'm sure they were. I'm sure they were. They were touching that with soft hands. Yeah. Perfect debut. Wyatt Six, Uncle Howdy. I am cashing in. I am buying in. Great job. I think that pretty much sums it up for the Wyatt Six right now, right? They have a logo. They have merch now. We just gotta wait and see if they show up on SmackDown, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so where we at on Judgment Day and Liv Morgan and the situation that we're seeing unfold on Raw?
Yeah.
Did we mention that she came out in his
She came out
vest?
in Dominic's cow vest.
Did we?
No, we.
And then he had to unzip
we didn't.
it.
Yeah, he had
she
to.
was like, "I
unzip
want
it.
you to unzip it and take it off if you want
dude.
it."
What do
Wow.
we have to do to become like Dominic? I think Mike and I have to go to jail for a little while, guys.
No, for like a day.
For like a day, like Dominic did. You know what I mean? To really just become the absolute Godfather type pimp that he's been lately.
Literally.
He's getting girls like Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, girls we could only dream about getting. Shout out Dominic Mysterio. But the thing is,
Young Dominic.
yes, Judgment Day and Liv Morgan, I don't know how far they're going to go. I would say that you're going to get a lot of Dominic and Liv interaction within the next few weeks, and maybe at the next pay-per-view during Liv's match, or if Dom has a match, Mommy's going to show up. And it's not going to be pretty like Liv Morgan. You know what I mean? It's not going to be good.
Yeah, but honestly, like, when is Rhea Ripley set to come back?
I don't know exactly. I mean, it probably could be SummerSlam, man. I'm really thinking SummerSlam. They said it was going to be like a 3-month injury, and I feel like it's been that. I don't know. I'd really like to see her back soon, though. Cash in on this Liv Morgan situation and get some real heat going for sure. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm reading something here that says Rhea Ripley might not return alone.
Oh, goodness. Oh, wow. What if she shows up with, another Dom? You know what I mean? Another a whole nother man figure.
Oh, they're
where-
predicting that possibly she brings Buddy Matthews with her.
Interesting.
And he just
Interesting.
joins
but
the Judgment
he's
Day.
doing. He would be great in the Judgment Day.
Legitimizes it, yeah.
He would be great in the Judgment Day, but I really love him in the House of Black right now. Please don't take him out of that. He's doing his best work. Either way, Rhea comes back soon. I say SummerSlam, man. She can only be out for so long. She has to come back very soon.
Yeah. I mean, she's off spotting her new look, it says.
Yeah, she's got the extensions in. She's got the long hair going. She's looking like she did when she dropped the title. Just,
she doesn't
she's
even
getting
have
healthy.
an arm brace or anything on.
No, she's walking
fine.
around completely free.
Yeah, she's looks great.
100%. She does.
Maybe she just had her run and she wants to come back in a little bit. And
Yeah.
just like,
You know what I mean? Pick it up from there, and you know what I mean? Rhea Ripley, please come back. I am definitely missing them stomps and that entrance music because it slaps. Not gonna lie.
it really does. All right, cool. Well, next up we have how does Seth Rollins fit into the world title race with Punk in the picture, Gunther in the picture. I want to say McIntyre in the picture.
Yeah, he's a
and
front
also
runner.
Damian Priest, obviously.
Yeah, the champion.
So does Cody end up having to take on one of them? Like, because Cody is in line. We feel the whole world feels like Cody's in line to face, Randy Orton. That's
We are, he at the end of the Clash, Randy Orton's obviously out there with Cody. He's just, staring at that title. We saw it.
Yeah.
So that seed has been planted. That would be a crazy face rivalry where Randy can turn super mega heel, shave his head, and you know what I mean, and just become that Randy Orton of 09 again, and could be really interesting. But Seth Rollins, where does he fit? He's back. I say you insert him right away into the picture. You know what I mean? He lost at WrestleMania, yes.
So does he win a money? Let's put us on the hot seat here. You heard it here on the source.
Yes.
Who do you think is going to win, Rollins or Priest at Money in the Bank?
Money in the Bank, I'm going to say Seth Rollins is ready to go for a second World Heavyweight Championship run. He's going to take it with a stomp.
I feel like almost that there's other plans for him, maybe.
I'm cool with whatever they do, but I think there's a chance.
I don't like this, but I believe what you said. That's what I think is going to happen. But there's part of me that feels like this could be a way to legitimize Damian Priest.
It totally could.
It would do the company more service.
Yeah.
If he was put over, because Rollins is clearly over.
Clearly, dude. We saw the reception 2 nights ago on Monday Night Raw. It was absolutely
Maybe he doesn't
insane.
want to be in all the time kind of guy right now.
Yeah, right.
Maybe he can't be right now. He got news that he can't be doing the every show, every whatever. So he loses that title match and then he makes appearances.
Right, exactly. There's a lot of different
maybe
ways
he's
you
back
can go.
full bore.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
that's
he
what I'm
wins
saying.
it. Maybe
Give
he's
him
a
the
workhorse.
title. Let him do
I
it
don't know.
again. We will get great matches out of it. But
I also said, I also had another theory where, if Seth Rollins does win, that sets up for him and Gunther at SummerSlam.
Yes, for the
And
title.
Honestly, I feel like the end goal plan for WrestleMania is CM Punk winning that championship.
I'm gonna completely agree. 100%. That's what
that's
what I want it to be.
I don't see him beating Gunther for it.
Yeah,
And that would lead me to believe that if Gunther wins at SummerSlam, he's going to WrestleMania with the title.
Yeah,
I guarantee
definitely.
you that.
He's holding
They're not
that.
going to have him have a little
He's
run.
holding that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But-
I think Rollins still, to answer your question one more time, I think Rollins still fits this title picture really, really well. Can have some great matches with all these guys who are in the front running for the World Heavyweight Championship. Bring it on. Let's go. We are cooking, guys. We are cooking.
Supposing that, Seth Rollins wins the championship, goes against Gunther, beats Gunther, then Drew
Huge.
and
Punk.
Bad Blood was in October, they said, right? I think they were saying
They're
that-
not. It's not 100% confirmed,
Yeah,
but there's
it
talks
was,
of it.
if they do it, the last time they did it was in September,
I mean,
October,
it would make sense.
after SummerSlam.
It would make sense.
So after SummerSlam, let's just say that if that sets up Punk and McIntyre to have their end all match.
Finally, yes.
There which then, Punk declares he's going after Seth Rollins' title.
Right. The World Heavyweight
You know what I
Championship chase is on, and you know what I mean?
Then we go to WrestleMania with it.
We
you know
go.
What I mean?
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
And maybe he keeps denying him the chance, and then he wins the Rumble or something. I don't
Right.
know.
I mean, I still honestly and truly think Punk was supposed to go over and win that Rumble. He got hurt. They had to audible to Cody. You know what I mean? But that's
what I was thinking.
That's
is
a tough thing.
Roman Reigns were to be going against Cody Rhodes, or if even The Rock were to be going against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam, I mean at WrestleMania this year, or next year, then they would either need to be Roman or The Rock that wins the Royal Rumble. And could you see either of them entering?
I honestly could. Yeah, I feel like once they're all done with whatever obligations they have, I feel like they'd have the time to do it. Let's do it, man. If we're gonna do it right again at WrestleMania, let's do it even bigger than the last year, which we don't even think is possible. With how they ended WrestleMania XL.
Yeah, they're gonna have to top it.
It's gonna be tough. That made grown men cry, man.
It all depends, and like I always say, it all depends on how this year goes until WrestleMania.
Sure does.
Because I believe that, Cody is on the pace, it looks already, to just take the title to WrestleMania.
He's
and
having
to
himself a
probably,
run, boys and
have
girls.
His pick of who he wants all the way through, because he deserves it.
Yeah.
But honestly, it literally all comes down to overall how this, title run sells and merch sales and everything.
Absolutely. It's a big part of it.
Going to factor into the fact that, hey, can Cody Rhodes, win WrestleMania and take the title for another year?
Yeah.
Or not another whole year, but at least through WrestleMania? Is that
Can
possible?
it be done?
You know
right.
what I mean?
Can it be done? We've waited so long for that title change.
Are they giving him a novelty run because he deserves it, and get a full year in,
Time will
legitimize
tell,
it,
you
and
know?
then, maybe he can fight for the other title too, because that's the title he didn't have too.
Right,
So
right, sure is.
You know what I mean? I could see.
Many
see them
different
bringing
ways.
back Roman for a title run.
Yeah, he needs to come back soon, according to the crowd every week.
Yeah.
We want Roman.
But we'll move on.
Can we move on to an
AEW
AEW question?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
We have, will MJF and Roosh be a one and done match, or will this be a little bit of a rivalry? You know what I mean? What's going on there?
If
Any stipulations in that match?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to wait long. We find out tonight. In a great match that I think it's going to be, but I don't see it being a one and done. I see this as something that you could continue, maybe wait to Forbidden Door with a stipulation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And really let MJF get his feet wet and get himself comfortable and, be ready to be back and have a big run. And
This is a return match.
it is. It's the first time we're going to see MJF back in the ring, and I think he's going to have that.
Of AEW.
The Wolf of Wrestling.
Yeah.
I think is going to have his Dynamite Diamond ring in his trunks for when he needs it. I think he's going to get the job done against Roosh. You can't.
Is he still doing the diamond ring? I thought
He
he
is
was done with.
No,
most
he's done with the suit, done with the Burberry scarf. But when he came back, he had the ring on, and he showed it to the camera. So I think he's going to use that and use that to his advantage with Roosh. So yeah, it's not going to be a one-off. I see them having a little bit of a feud, maybe up until Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
And we'll go from there. But it's going to be entertaining. The guys
think
can
it
go.
depends really, because I could also see him just winning and moving on to something else, because he listed a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he's going to really care to stick around with Roosh unless something really wild happens
Right.
in that matchup.
Yeah,
you know
right.
what
I mean, it'll probably be a couple matches type rivalry, end at a pay-per-view type deal. Just like I said, let Max get his feet wet, get comfortable again, get him out there, and let's just get it going.
I kind of see him going against someone else at Forbidden Door. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'm cool with that too. Either way, we get to see it tonight, guys. We are going to witness the return of MJF live on Dynamite versus Roosh. And what does Roosh say when you mess with the bull?
You get the horns.
You get the horns. But obviously MJF's better than him, and he knows it.
Yeah.
We'll find out tonight what happens.
We will. So now we're going to start exploring Punk versus
exploration
Drew.
time.
CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre possibilities.
Yes.
And what is this I Quit angle? That he
Yeah,
has going
I
on?
mean,
He
I
just
feel
quit,
like
right?
yeah, he did quit 2 nights ago. I feel like he's kayfabing it.
I think, it's weird because it's like with the whole screw this company and stuff.
Yeah, I
It's kinda
can't do
like,
this
I don't know.
anymore. Punk has costed me everything.
Yeah,
I'm
and
done.
it's so hard to tell these days. I mean, we all know that it's probably a work, But it's so hard to tell these days because of AEW's existence. You know what I mean?
It is.
It's like, how do you know that one superstar one day won't on live TV? They're on live TV.
I know.
That. What do you do in that situation?
It's like that when Scott Hall showed up at WCW and he's like, you know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just like, oh, wow, these guys can cross that line, that no longer forbidden line so easily. Now.
Yeah. And that it's going to, after watching a lot of, WCW versus WWE documentaries.
Yes. There's a great one going on right now by Dark Side of the Ring, and it's Who Killed WCW. Y'all check that out.
Yeah, there's
that
a whole
sick.
Series of it, right?
Yep, it's by Dark Side. Yeah, and actually The
awesome.
Rock was part producer of this, and it's just amazing. I'm watching one before bed every night. It is so good.
So, we both think that it's a work, I think. Right?
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a work. He needs to spend time with his wife while CM Punk is getting ready to be cleared. Few weeks. Give it a few weeks.
If he pops, up on AEW, that'd be crazy.
Oh, my God.
Tonight?
Drew Galloway tonight.
Wow.
That would
imagine?
That would throw all of our predictions out the window and stomp on them with a pair of boots.
Because in the back of my mind, the kid in me is like, oh, man, what if he just...
What if?
I mean, I that was cool, what he did in WWE. That was cool, but... Now we can do a whole nother thing in AEW.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
He'd be Drew Galloway because WWE owns the McIntyre name.
You're damn right.
Yeah, but I think this is kayfabe. Drew will be back in a few weeks to continue this lightning feud with CM Punk that will culminate maybe at SummerSlam.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
We're going to go on to Alpha Academy.
Oh, interesting topic.
So we obviously know now that
they're done.
We're not spoiling anything.
Otis
we
is
obviously
done.
know by now that it is done. He's done.
It's over.
And now, Gable City doesn't need him, blah, blah, blah,
Nope.
blah, blah, whatever. They're all going to fail without him, blah,
Yep.
blah, blah.
Not good.
And it seems to me that, they're going to go off on their separate way.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like Gable is going to team up with none other than
You
the
know who it
Creed
is.
brothers.
Yes, because if you notice in that promo, Gable was like, all right, you know what? Watch what I go and do, basically, He's like, I'm on one right now. I'm going to go do something. He's going to pull those Creed brothers in.
Yeah.
He's going to create
And
an
then you're gonna
elite Alpha Academy.
We're going to get
Elite.
another, awesome truth-like tag team, the quirky, Otis and Tozawa.
Yes, exactly.
It's going to be
Yep.
really
You
entertaining.
get some comedy.
And with Maxine as their valet.
Basically their valet. Yep.
Yep.
And she is getting in the ring. She's still training. She's getting better.
Yeah.
But
I think that's
she's
cool,
been
and then
good.
they can feud him with the Alpha Academy. Otis,
Yeah.
and maybe they can pick up somebody else with them too.
Right, add to
Island
it
of
just like
Misfit Toys
Gable's
kinda
going to
thing,
add
you know
to
what
it
I mean?
too. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with it. I think they start something. I think Chad Gable starts something new with those Creed boys, and it is going to be like Team Angle 2.0.
Oh,
they
boy.
will be unstoppable. I guarantee it.
That's dope. Cool. Well, I
Now
think
that's
that
cool.
We've talked about kind of what we think might happen with that.
Yeah.
You're always welcome to write in and tell us how you
Please
feel
do,
about
man.
it too,
Please do. There is in the comments section on Spotify. There is a little section where you can write to us, and it says, "What did you think about this episode?" Let us know. If you want us to do something different, just let us talk to you. Exactly, and talk to us. We will let you talk to us.
Yeah, we will,
brothers.
Brothers. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now we're going to move on to the last subject of the night that we're going to talk about.
Yes, sir.
That's the bloodline.
It is a heavy one.
What do you think? How do you feel?
You can cut the tension with a knife
Yeah.
in the room.
I feel so bad for Paul E. Dangerously.
Oh, my God. Paul, Hall of Fame wise man, he's being done so dirty right now. He's terrified. He's afraid for his life. He needs his tribal chief, Roman Reigns, who he loves. He felt safe with him. And now Paul is just a shell of his former Hall of Fame self. And, it's pretty sad. I think we get this new bloodline, all right, versus Bloodline 2.0 when Roman returns with Jimmy and Jey Uso, because Jimmy's been gone. Jey, what if Money in the Bank doesn't work out for him? Where's he go next? Right into that.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to be Bloodline versus Bloodline maybe down the road at War Games. That would be the perfect War Games match. We've mentioned this talking amongst ourselves. How great would that be? to have Bloodline versus the new Bloodline, and you get Roman back. You get the Usos reuniting with Roman, with each other.
I think they reunite with a double super kick.
That would be poetic.
They look at each other
And,
for one more time kind of thing.
Yep,
and
exactly.
boom.
Let's run it back real quick.
There'll be some moment at Money in the Bank where Jay is struggling, and it's probably like anybody can run in, right?
There are no rules.
Yeah, so
anything's possible.
Jimmy
in Money
shows
in the Bank.
up.
Yep.
They do the double super kick. Jay goes up against the
It's
title, and
a
all is
problem.
forgiven.
Yep, he gets that briefcase, and exactly, all is forgiven.
Yeah.
Bloodline could go many different ways. Yes, that's my preference, Mike. What do you think, man?
Well, I would say that right now it's looking very clear that it's like I said last week, probably Solo Sikoa, the Tonga brothers, and
Tama and
we
Tonga
always
Loa.
also have a signing of Jacob Fatu.
Yes,
one
of those guys
What I've
going to
learned
get
about
involved.
him is that he has quite a criminal record.
It must
not to
be a
blow up
Fatu
things
thing.
for you, man.
Must
I'm
be
not
a
trying to be
Fatu
weird,
thing.
But I hear that it's difficult.
They like to party, them Fatu boys.
Yeah, it's difficult to get him over here because of that, and they have to kind of.
And he also can't leave the U.S. because of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're kind of figuring it out because they do a lot of overseas things. And if you're
all
gonna
their
be a star-
pay-per-views lately have been basically overseas. And
So
the
I
next
think there
one, Money
might
in the
be-
Bank, it's in Canada.
But there might be a run we do. What they do, I'm pretty sure there's a run they do of pay-per-views that are all in the U.S. So maybe they're waiting for like the whole.
Yeah.
You know what
But
I
it's
mean?
been
When they
great.
do
The
4 in
crowds
a
have
row.
brought it. Crowds have been bringing it, brothers.
Yeah, because from what I'm hearing, Jacob Fatu is quite the talent. And
I've
he's
seen a
gonna
few
really-
things, and
set
let
the
me
house
tell
on
you, let me
fire.
talk to you. The guy can go. He's ready.
Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm seeing. So therefore, there's a Hakaro.
Don't even ask
there's
me.
another one,
I don't
Hakilio,
even know.
Hakikio or something like that.
Hechicero.
There's another member that's been signed by the WWE. And then there is on the outskirts Zilla Fatu, and he also, from what I hear, has a little bit of a checkered past.
Yeah, you could say that.
But amazing wrestler, and
Yes.
that'd be cool to get him in too. But if that happens, how do you place that out? I'm going to place it out
Right.
once again for you. I'm thinking maybe Jay and Jimmy reunite with Roman. They add Jacob Fatu. They're a force. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they need
Jacob
another
Fatu
guy.
could be the next enforcer solo type
Yeah,
for Roman.
for that side of the bloodline.
And
yeah.
then the other side is
Absolutely.
obviously the Tonga brothers and Solo. So that's 3 right there. And then you have Hakilo or whatever the name is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Joining them as well. And there's your 4-on-4 right there.
Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
But then if you want to add The Rock to the equation somehow.
Yes, the final
and
boss.
he adds one over there.
He does.
You would put Zilla Fatu on the other bloodline side. Then it would be
Yes.
a 5-on-5. And is it a 5-on-5 usually for war games? Like,
I
is it
think it's
4-on-4?
4-on-4.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
Well,
pretty
they
sure
could-
it's
they could
4-on-4.
change
But they
that.
could change. They could WWE. Anything's possible. It's
They
like
can do whatever the hell they
Disneyland, man.
want.
They can do exactly what the hell they want. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at, guys, for the whole Bloodline story. It's been awesome tonight. It really has, man. Lots of interesting topics to speak about. The Wyatt 6, everything that happened on Raw, at the Clash, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Drew walking out. It has been a crazy episode of This Week in Wrestling.
Certainly has.
We're really grateful to be wrestling fans right now in a time like this that will not be probably replicated ever again. We're seeing a special moment right now in the world of professional wrestling, whether it be WWE, AEW, TNA, you name it. You know what I mean? Even GCW, got to shout them out too. Everyone's just doing their thing, and even in the independent game. You know what I mean? We're fresh off of the Mosh Pit episode. We had a great time talking to him. We hope you guys enjoyed that. And now, before we leave the studio tonight, before we head out of here and say, let us talk to you next time, it's time for On This Day in Wrestling History, brothers.
Yes, it is. Yeehaw. Woo. Woo.
You know it.
Woo! On this day in wrestling history, we have our notable wrestling birthdays.
Let's hear 'em.
None of which I am familiar with, but
None
we'll
of
go
them.
through them. In 1978, Tyson Dux was born.
Yes.
Todd Gordon in 1955. El Kinnick in 1952.
Yeah.
Wahoo McDaniel
Wahoo.
was born in 1938.
Yeah.
And none other than Billy the Kid was born in 1936.
Wow, yeah, we're going back to ancient times.
90s, I believe, right now. It
Jeez,
still exists.
my God. And on this day in wrestling history, the year is 1994. WWF King of the Ring was held at the Baltimore Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, in front of around 12,000 fans. And in the finals, Owen Hart defeated Razor Ramon to win the King of the Ring tournament and proclaimed himself the now King of Hearts during his coronation ceremony. And that happened on this day in wrestling history, Mike.
Yeah, and on this day in wrestling history in 2000, on Monday Night Raw in Nashville, Tennessee, Gerald Briscoe became two-time hardcore champion when he defeated Crash Holly in the middle of the ring.
Man.
Briscoe and Pat Patterson celebrated by drinking champagne backstage until Patterson knocked Briscoe out with the champagne
to win the
bottle,
title.
pinned him,
I remember
and became the newest hardcore champion. That's
God,
crazy.
I missed that title. The hardcore title is severely missed. The Briscoe and Patterson era. And while we're on that, on this day in wrestling history, the year's 1979, at a World Wrestling Federation house show in Allentown, PA, Pat Patterson himself defeated Ted DiBiase to win the WWF North American Championship. That happened on this day in wrestling history, guys.
And on this day in wrestling history, at a taping of WWF Smackdown in Orlando, Florida, the Dudley Boys, Bubba Ray and Devon Dudley, defeated Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho, what a pairing, to
That
win
is
the
awesome.
WWF Tag Team Championship belts for the fourth time.
Wow, just to win those titles once is something. Never mind 4 times, guys. On this day in wrestling history, the year is 2011. WWE Capital Punishment was held at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. in front of 9,850 fans. During this pay-per-view event, CM Punk defeated Rey Mysterio after a GTS by pinfall. Randy Orton defeated Christian to retain the World Heavyweight Championship, and John Cena defeated none other than R-Truth, guys, to retain the WWE Championship. And listen to this. A fan at ringside threw a drink in R-Truth's face, causing a distraction, and gave Cena a chance to hit the AA, get the pin. That happened on this day in wrestling history, guys. Let us talk to ya.
And on this day in wrestling history, at a TNA, in 2007, at a TNA Impact taping in Impact Zone, Florida, Orlando, Samoa Joe defeated Jay Lethal to win the TNA X Division Championship.
What a great championship that was, too. The X Division matches really defined TNA during those days, and it's really, really cool to know that happened on this day in wrestling history, brothers.
Yeah, one more for you guys. Really
Let's
cool.
do it. Let's do it.
2018, the WWE United Kingdom Championship Tournament Day 2 took place at the Royal Albert Hall, London, England.
Okay.
On the show, Mustache Mountain, Trent Seven, and Tyler Bate, they were called Mustache Mountain.
Big, strong boy.
Defeated Kyle O'Reilly.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And Roderick Strong.
No way.
Which is
2
interesting
AEW
because
guys
they're 2
now.
AEW guys now.
That's
representing the Undisputed Era.
The Undisputed Kingdom.
Yeah, well, no, it says...
Oh, is that what their name was
Their name
then?
was the Undisputed Era.
Yeah, so they have been going with this for quite a while, guys.
To become the NXT Tag Team Champions.
That's cool.
Which is pretty cool.
Yes. That happened on this day in wrestling history. That's about it, guys. We're not going to take up too much more of your time. We are getting out of here. We are leaving the studio tonight, but before we do, we just want to let you know we appreciate everyone who is listening. We have gained some followers and some plays throughout the last days, and we appreciate that here at the Source Wrestling Podcast. We want to expand this and get it as big and as heard as we possibly can. You know what I mean? Once again, you are listening to the Source Wrestling Podcast on Spotify. We are also available on YouTube.
Yes, we are.
Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
iHeartRadio.
Oh, yeah.
Amazon Music.
Oh, yeah.
Follow us on X.
Yeah.
Follow us on Instagram.
Do it.
And do you dare follow us on TikTok?
Let us talk.
Do you dare do it? Let us talk to you once again.
Till we
in
eat again.
case you forgot, it is the Source WWE AEW All Things Wrestling Podcast with Joe
and
Mike.
Yeah.
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 Till we eat again, guys. Let us talk to you, and that's the bottom line because Joe and Mike said so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.